This week I'm attempting to fulfill a bucket list hunt, chasing cougars with a stick and string in the mountains of Alberta. Having multiple close encounters with the elusive mountain lion in some of the most beautiful country Alberta has to offer, this is one you will not want to miss. My name's Mitchell Payment.
Hello, this is Mitchell. You're in the blind.
My dad introduced me to hunting at a very young age, where I quickly fell in love with the raw beauty and emotions that this outdoor lifestyle has to offer. Sharing the same passion as my dad, we have been able to create memories out in the field that will last a lifetime. Capturing our successes and our failures through a lens of a camera has now led to this. Welcome to Season 2 of Moment of Truth TV.
He's gonna go down. Look at the blood clump.
Yes!
It's a dream, Bob. Look at that jaw.
Woo! That was gorgeous.
Well, it's December 19th. We finally got the call from Derek Enns of West Country Cougar Hunts. Hasn't snowed all December, real bad conditions for cougar hunting, and finally, last night, 6 inches of snow, and it looks like there's more on the way. So we're gonna pack up the truck, hit the road, get settled into camp today, shoot the bow a bit, and hopefully in the following mornings with the fresh snow, we can get on a cougar track and put a kiln stick to work. So let's get going. Well, we got the truck loaded up. Said goodbye to my mom and the dog, and gonna hop in the truck. It's about -8 today. It's cooling off, and that's when the snowfall is hitting, so it's just the way it worked out. But it should be an awesome trip. It's a bucket list hunt for sure. It was a pleasure meeting up with Derek and Shelly Enns of West Country Cougar Hunts, two down-to-earth outdoorsmen who have the same passions for the wild and who have had some great success of their own out in the field. Word has it, the trophy room is just looking spectacular in the house.
It's the highlight of the house.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow.
So this is our his and hers mount, his Tom, her female. It is the biggest cat either one of us has killed to date. So it definitely deserved a spot of note on the wall.
After getting a warm welcoming, it was time to head out to the shop to make sure the bow was still dialed in. Well, we just got out of the snow. Gonna make sure the bow's still dialed in. Here, this is about 15 yards, about the angle. The shot shouldn't be much further on a cougar. Prior to coming, we did our due diligence and practiced shooting up into a tree, but it never hurts to pull out the bow upon arrival. Well, the accommodations at West Country Cougar Hunts are second to none. Derek and Shelly have a beautiful place here. We have our own separate wing in the house with 2 private bedrooms and our own bathroom. So this is a whole new experience for me cat hunting, and I'm really looking forward to the next couple days.
And the last thing we did before going to bed was check the Cougar hotline to see what zones are open and what's available within those zones to hunt the following morning. Moment of Truth TV is brought to you by RV City, Tacticam, Enforcer Ozone, 365 Archery, CX Shooter Supplies, Cazelin Meats, K&R Tax Services, Paulina's Catering, G5 Outdoors, Killin' Sticks Arrows, Sugar Creek Taxidermy, Big Game Illustrated, Cyrus Wind Indicator, and Score Ammunition. This segment is brought to you by RV City and Sugar Creek Taxidermy.
Well, it's day one. I'm super stoked. We just got up, got dressed real quick, and we're heading out to the truck to load the dogs. It's gonna be one heck of an experience today, but let's get going.
Well, he's gonna load up the dogs. He likes keeping a bit of a distance from us and the dogs because it's usually they mean business. The dogs gotta get in their kennels in the back and it's go time. They're ready to go. They got rest all night. It's stopped snowing now, but in the mountains, who knows? We're gonna head west, so we're gonna load the truck up, hit the road. The dogs are starting to fire up already. They know it's go time, so should be awesome.
As we drove the back roads looking for tracks in the fresh snow, we stopped several times to get a closer look at what looked to be a cougar track.
It's about a 164-inch drop kind of. Well, we've been driving steady for around 2 hours now on Derek's loop, and we've seen a couple wolf tracks, no cat tracks yet, but we're gonna keep plugging along. The conditions are just right. It's clear skies. It quit snowing, and all that fresh snowfall is just right on the road. There's a couple inches of it, so. If all goes well, we'll come across cat track and get on them and hopefully put them in a tree, so stay tuned. Well, we found our first feline cat track. It snowed in, unfortunately. It was probably before the snowfall over the night, but they're definitely in the area, and Derek had cat tracks in here just the other day, or yesterday, so hopefully they're not too far and we can get back on one. Two wolves. We just stopped at a track. It doesn't look super fresh, but the dogs are getting super excited. Derek just went walking out to check it out, but we'll keep you posted. Well, it turns out it was a cougar track. The dogs got real excited. Derek walked in and it's what we're looking for, but it's just not fresh enough. So we're gonna keep booting her down the road and hopefully come across a fresh one just like that. Well, we just had an encounter with a couple wild horses. I can honestly say I think those are the first wild horses I've ever seen, but it seems like they're pretty common out in this countryside. Well, it looks like it's go time. We just found a super fresh cat trap up in the mountains. I can't believe it, so looks like we're gonna get the dogs out and chase this sucker. By the looks of it, looks like a fairly decent sized cat track. I don't know. Looks like it just came through here. Okay, well, we found that cat track. It looks like Derek figures it's a female, but we're not sure yet. We're gonna tree it. At least we're gonna attempt to tree it just to get a better look at it. We did a circle around to try to box it in. Doesn't look like he crossed any other roads, so he or she should be in here. But the dogs are getting excited already. Derek's gonna call him up, and it's go time.
This segment is brought to you by CX Shooter Supplies and Paulina's Catering. With the dogs collared and ready to go, it's time to watch them do what they do best.
We're just gonna take this dog up on the track, see what she does. There you go.
Well, all 4 dogs have been released. That is probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen. They wanted to get on that cat track real bad. But this is exciting, right in the mountains of Alberta. Some beautiful country.
It sounds like they're over top of the mountain already.
Wow.
He just updated 100 yards in one update. It updates every 30 seconds.
So they're moving.
Jed is treed, Anne's treed, Jesco's treed.
Well, we're getting ready to hike up the mountain. We got about 550 yard walk. It looks like all the dogs are treed. Hopefully the cougars up in the tree. It's gonna be quite the walk up here, but I'm super excited. This is my first ever experience on a cat hunt, so I am stoked. So let's get going. Well, we're moving forth now. We can just faintly hear the dogs, but I can't believe it. Those dogs went to work and treed that cat fast. They're only about 120 yards, but we gotta go through this steep ravine up the other side, and we'll be right on top of them. Well, we got the cat treed. We finally made it up this mountain to him. He's about, probably, with the angle, he's probably only about 10 yards up there. Well, the cat's up in the tree about 10 yards behind me, and it is the coolest encounter I've ever had with a predator. It's a beautiful female cougar. Derek figures it's about 100 pounds, but he figures we should be able to get on a bigger tom or female. And my first impression of West Country Cougar Hunts has been flawless. Like, it's the best guiding experience I've ever had. So it's really cool to have this close encounter, and you know what? We're gonna let it live for another year, and who knows, some lucky hunter might get it, harvest this beautiful cat in the future. The dogs did amazing.
Time to get out here and find another one.
Hey, wait. Wait, stay. Well, we just seen some cougar tracks on the road, and Derek says it looks like there's a mom and 2 kittens. And the mom looks big, but you can see the real small tracks. But it's definitely polluted with tracks. Came right down this bank. Well, we found another cat track right on the road. It looks like it's another female. Looks similar to the same track we just ran and treed that cat. So, still walking down the road. We're just gonna follow it to where it goes in the bush. Well, we're on our second cat track here. We just finished treating that first one, let him pass, and we were walking down this road and we found this cat track. He walked down the road quite a ways. It's a bit bigger than the first one. Dogs are super excited to get back going in, and we're about to release the dogs.
As we watch the dog still running over 2 miles away with the GPS and starting to lose signal of him on the backside of a mountain, all while light was fading, was a bit of a nerve-wracking experience. But luckily for us, instead of having to bushwhack, there was an old goat trail that we could take the off-road vehicles down in the dog's general direction.
Well, we just spotted in. How far is it?
Like 2 kilometers.
About 2 kilometers down this old goat trail, and the dogs got the cat treed, it sounds like, and on this GPS it says they're treed. So they went a long ways. They went 2.5 miles. So we're gonna get in there as soon as possible because light is an issue. Probably around 3:30. So Let's go and see what's in there.
600 yards to go.
600 yards to go. Well, it looked like the track was pretty good size, bigger than the last, and that other cougar was a beautiful cat. So might be a shooter. Well, we're about 270 yards, a little over halfway. You can hear the dogs barking pretty good now. But wow, this is quite the experience coming in. A couple miles to get this kitty.
Not many people just blindly go walk through that crap, eh?
No. You gotta be a bit nuts, just a teeny bit.
Moment of Truth TV is brought to you by RV City, Tacticam, Enforcer Ozone, 365 Archery, CX Shooter Supplies, Kazalin Meats, K&R Tax Services, Paulina's Catering, G5 Outdoors, Killin' Sticks Arrows, Sugar Creek Taxidermy, Big Game Illustrated, Cyrus Wind Indicator, and Score Ammunition. This segment is brought to you by Tacticam and K&R Tax Services.
That far hillside is where this pursuit all started. And we're 100 yards away now, so it's a pretty cool feeling. Hopefully it's a big, nice cat. With this trek in here, it's gonna be one heck of a story if we get this cat on the ground. Getting nervous now. Yeah. Should be hard. We just rewatched the footage. I crushed my first cat. I want to thank Derek so much. We hiked way back in here. West Country Cougar Hunts, baby. You're seeing blood instantly come out. Oh, good job, Dad. We rewatched it. Perfect.
Good. Mitchell, nice shot, buddy. Nice shot. Perfect. That's what we have to do. Come here.
Well, we found my arrow. Those fletchings were white, so that's a really good sign. It's just painted red, ton of blood, and we let the dogs down just to make sure, and they're chewing on them down here. So we got a dead cat. I'm so happy. I couldn't be any happier. This is a bucket list hunt for me, and I got to do it with the stick and string. That's 5 animals. Do this here with the stick and string. So couldn't be any happier. Let's go check out my cat in the beautiful mountains of Alberta. Look at the blood. Here's my beautiful Alberta cougar right in the mountains. I couldn't be any happier. This is one of the most exciting experiences I've ever been a part of. We treated a younger cat this morning. We let her go and we had her at 10 yards. It was just an awesome, so cool to experience that and get to learn more about cat hunting. And then after that we went for a drive, spotted this cat. It had actually walked a good 100 yards down the road and went into this valley in the mountains. And we let the dogs go and they ran 3 miles in here and finally treed the cat. We were able to come part of the way on quad and snowmobile, but we had to hike up a kilometer up here. So it's gonna be a heck of time getting them out, but I really wanna thank Derek Enns and his dogs and Shelly for hosting us at West Country Cougar Hunts. By far the best guiding experience I've been a part of, and I'd highly recommend them if you're going after a beautiful, beautiful cougar. A cougar is a bucket list animal for sure for me. Such an amazing predator, taking down deer, and probably one of the most elusive animals on the planet. So I hope you enjoyed this hunt. We were able to capture some really incredible footage, and I really enjoyed being a part of this adventure. And I want to thank my dad for hiking through the hills, filming this whole experience. Thanks for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and tune into another episode of Moment of Truth TV. Well, we finally made it back to the truck. That was a crazy hike out. It was 3 miles. We had to hike about a mile to the quad and snowmobile, then 2 miles on the ATVs, and we got finally back to the truck. The dogs worked awesome. It was kind of hard getting them back to the truck, but they followed us the whole way, and they were tired after those 2 stalks today. So 3 and 2 cats, 2 for 2. But we're gonna hop in the truck, head it back to camp, and enjoy the beautiful evening.
If you're looking to book your own hunt of a lifetime, chasing one of the most elusive predators, the cougar, give Derek of West Country Cougar Hunts a call, or give them a shout on their Facebook page to acquire additional information on this bucket list hunt. Closed captioning is brought to you by RV City. To keep up with the latest from Moment of Truth TV, make sure to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also for in-field updates, follow @MitchellPayment on Instagram. Next week is our final episode, concluding Season 2. A compilation of our best moments, our best memories made out in the field this past season that will last a lifetime.
Feathers flying, baby.
This is one action-packed episode you will not want to miss.